Okay, so here we are on Tuesday for KeyForge for the first time, and the game has already started. And it looks like Travis here with his deck PM. Give me 1 second. We're just figuring out how to set this all up here. First time. PM Epopee of the Frantic Stasis Chamber. That is quite the name. And I will type that in here. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to have to add that in there for the name of the deck. But I will read them to you anyways. So we got Travis's deck was PM Epopee of the Frantic Stasis Chamber, and then we got Curtis Brooks, who is playing Thoron of the Bishop's Courtyard. Man, that random thing is going to be fun. Okay, so we look like we have Travis has got Mars, Logos, and Untamed. And Curtis has got Brobnar, Dis, and Sanctum. So it looks like Travis is playing right now, and he is doing Logos, it looks like. Swinging in with Bat, Drone, and I think that's a Dextry. Give him in check, so he has 9 amber, so he might be the first one to forge a key here. And then it's Brooks' turn, Curtis's turn. He's going with Dis. So he's captured 3, putting Travis out of check. And these are the actual starter ones here on the amber pieces. Those are actually the starter tokens that you can get, same with these damage counters. Really recommend for the damage counters because those are actually kind of hard to make by yourself. And then we got Travis's turn again. He's going with Untamed, getting that massive amber gain there, going back into check instantly. So the cool thing about this is that he's got the, I think that's Dew Fairy, which gives you 2. It's a really weak creature. It's a 1 power, but it gives you 2 amber right when you play it. So there's a lot of combos with that, just swinging into doing 1 damage to the other person's creature, and then bringing it back to get that 2 amber back, which is really nice. Because even though you're pinging for 1, that's still a damage that sticks around, unlike most card games. So you can do a lot of strategy around that, especially with that one that captures. You can just keep swinging into that and getting that 3 amber plus the 2 from it being played again, if Travis has some kind of combo piece to that. Okay, so it looks like Curtis is going with Dis again. And it's Disruptive, which is a kind of a cool name for that kind of pun. There's a lot of puns in this game. No one's noticed. I found one that was Brobnar, and the creature was called Hebe the Giant. The greatest thing in the world.
That's pretty funny.
And I do have someone else in the booth, Timothy. It is Kevin's wife, who is going to be on the camera next game, hopefully. And we can laugh at him together. It'll be great. Okay, so it looks like Curtis is stealing again for putting Travis out of check. No one's getting key yet. It's crazy. Okay, so it looks like he is taking a damage from that, killing off his fairy. Which Travis really doesn't have anything to get it back from the grave unless he has a Witch of the Eye. Which now Travis is doing Mars, so that's kind of more based around returning stuff to your hand, forging a key at a really expensive cost, and archiving is the big thing for Mars creatures. So it looks like he played, I think it's the Many, or that is the one that deals 2 damage to the creature. I can't even pronounce the name. I think it's called the Purger or something. Okay, so Travis is back in check. Still going through his turn. He's mother gunning. And gaining another amber. Looks like he played a card just for an amber. To ready it and then use 2 damage to that. There we go. So I was right. It was the one that does 2 damage. And he reaps, so he gained another one, so he's in check above 2. But Curtis has been stealing stuff non-stop here. Okay, Travis passing. He's in check. And then stuff like this is going to be kind of hard to get used to with all the stuff, his stuff still being exhausted. A lot of games would do that at the beginning of their turn, so a lot of people aren't used to the end of the turn. That's supposed to be face up or unexhausted. So it's those few things that are going to be kind of annoying to get used to.
Even if we cut it in half, she still goes first.
I'm actually not sure how many amber, oh, he has 1, okay. So Curtis has 1 amber, it looks like. And Travis showing off his little chain counter that he got from the pre-release.
It has a nice little arrow protruding where it's right at.
So has Kevin showed you any names of his decks?
Yeah, yep, he showed me.
Like Cox.
Yep, Cox.
There was actually some recalled ones because of their, they didn't take out all the, really offensive words, like racism and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep, it was like racism that got recalled. There was a few
I did hear about that.
fascist ones.
Oh, gosh.
But, random name generators are fun like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Curtis stole 1. 2. Just needs 1 more. Oh, he's captured that one, so he must be doing Sanctum. Okay, so he's got Sanctum there.
6 points total. Oh, yeah.
Fight?
Yeah, it's still up.
Yeah, like I said, damn. He's just gonna get.
And then up next.
Travis actually has a really nice board here. He's got a good multiple of creatures on each one. So he's got two Mars, 2 Logos, and Niffle, which is Untamed. Oh, there we go. So Curtis stole another one. So back down to 5. Still no keys. And then Travis actually has some, not the actual starter keys, but he actually bought some keys from Walmart to show off his KeyForging skills. I think they're like little black ones with skulls on them.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so good call on Travis. He's going Logos. He uses that bat drone to not only kill the, I think it's Charlotte, Chartia? I don't know, it's like Charlotte. To get the three ambers it captured back, but also stealing 1 from Curtis. So putting him way above check. So it should be 2, 4, 6, 9 now. Plus he's going to reap Doc Bookton. That's the card he has. So he's going to draw a card? Is it Doc Bookton? No, it's not. I'm not sure what card that is. But he's definitely got 10 now. So he's in check. So you should be able to get that first key. Because it'd be kind of hard to steal 5. Yeah, you'd have to steal 5 to stop him from gaining that first key. Chloe, do you know what's going on at all?
I'm learning.
Yeah. It's a really easy game. You basically just call your house, and then you can play as many of those cards as you want.
Oh.
And then you have to get 6 of these amber pieces to forge a key. You just need 3 keys to win. That's the
Only
only way
6
to
of the
win.
pieces?
Yeah, that's only you only need 6 of them, and then that's the only way to win the game. So you can go through your deck over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Because after you go through your deck, you just shuffle your graveyard back into your hand or back into the deck and draw.
I like how unique the cards are.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's fun.
And the cool thing about that is that not only is like the name different, that picture is your picture alone. So there's no other deck that has that picture on there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just the amount of work that had to go into printing this stuff is crazy.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I also think it's kind of neat that like, there's like a bunch of tokens and stuff, but that you can find stuff to make it your own too.
Yeah.
So like Travis has those keys. I have the keys that
Yeah.
you and Kevin gave me,
Yep.
and I have little gem pieces stuff. Yeah, it's definitely a new type of game for sure.
Really customizable. to
Yeah,
watch, yeah.
yeah. I'm not sure what house Kurt's called.
It's crazy to me that you know all the cards already.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just say I got a little obsessed with this game. Okay, he went Sanctum. Boom. That's the one I got. I got a playmat that Kevin's using
Yeah.
because Brooke, I thought, would like it, and she wouldn't yell at me for buying it. It's literally a giant knight. I'm like, she won't be mad. She'll love it.
That's funny. When Kevin came on with a poster, I was like, did Gary get one too? Is Brooke mad?
It's a giant knight too. It's literally just a knight standing there. It's
That's
like,
funny.
I showed it to her. She's like, "Are you gonna put that up?" I'm like, "Do you want me to?" She's like, "I don't care."
Oh.
Yes, I win.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. That's why I made Kevin that man cave so that I don't have to see the posters. They can go in the basement.
Okay. Yep. There it is. There's the key. Okay. Boom. Travis has got his first key. With still 4 left over too, so he only needs 2 more. And I think he has three different type of creatures. So if he had 2 more, he would have enough pressure to put it on another one.
You have to get 3 keys to win?
3 keys to win. Yep.
Is that the only way to win?
Only way.
Okay.
So it looks like he's doing Niffle, or Untamed. I'm just going to call it Niffle because that's literally all they are. So he played Wild Moon, or Full Moon, which every time he plays a creature, he gains one of those ambers. So he's got 2 of them. So that's going to put him up to enough to go into check. And then, remember that little fairy I was talking about?
Yeah.
Whenever he plays it, he gets 2. This is the card that lets him get it back each turn, plus it gives him an amber.
Oh.
So he can do that constantly.
It's a pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's another cool thing about these decks is that each deck has a combo piece in it. Not like they're not just random cards. They all come together as kind of a uniform thing. Just you have to keep playing the deck to figure it out. And Travis, I know, has played this deck a few times because he just played against me. There you go. He's back up to 9. And it looks like Curse's deck actually has a lot of stealing in it. So I don't know if 9's enough to get him through it. Because he definitely has a capture here, so you can take it away from him. Then he's got the Dis, which is all about stealing. The Brobnar might not be as big in this game for him as it should be. Because it looks like he only has 1 big creature.
That's another dead baboon.
Oh, okay, we're going Brobnar. There we go. Oop, wrong button. There we go. Technical difficulties. Professionalism, you know, things. Okay, so that is... I'm not sure what those cards are. I've never seen them in my life. Oh, I think that's Blood of the Titans, though. That's a big one. Plus 5 power. It's huge.
Intelligence is still your top stat.
Rogues just feel like somebody had a whole bunch of really great ideas.
Okay. Ooh, I missed it. He took a lot of amber away from him.
Return those 3 artifacts to your hand.
Yeah, you can totally take a short rest, but you took a long rest.
Okay, and he returned 3 artifacts back to his hand. It looks like that card lets him get, for each one, getting an amber. So he's back up to 5. And Travis is back on the Untamed run here. Which is good, so he's going to use that eye, Witch of the Eye. Hopefully grab that fairy. And I hope he realizes this and then plays it. So he can keep getting that amber. Yep, there we go. Okay, good. He knows. He's got this. So he's going to get 2 more, so he's back up to 9, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8? There we go, 9. Niffle.
Yeah, snake came after the rest. These baboons came after that.
And the Untamed are kind of like, if you ever play Magic, they're elves, basically. They are aggressive, producing resources. A lot of their stuff says whenever you play a creature, you gain an amber, which is pretty big for them. Especially like Hunting Witch, which is a creature that does it. Full Moon is the action that literally pretty much just lets you do it through Untamed creatures, which luckily Travis looks like he has at least 5 or 6, which is half of that set, or half of his cards, because each one will have 12 cards in each house, so half his house is creatures for Untamed. So that's a good chance of getting a really good use of that full moon.
I didn't know you didn't hear that. I'm sorry. If I knew that, I would have repeated it. Of course,
And Travis is up to 2 keys now.
with my hearing, you should have said,
Curtis still down. He's got the board, but he's just falling behind with that Untamed.
Some spell slots on short rest. I believe it's 1/2 your level.
Yeah, we're
I
going
believe you get 2 or 3 back.
So this will be one of the first games Travis has ever won on camera.
Really?
He hates playing on camera. There has been points where he refuses just because he thinks it's bad luck.
That's funny.
Okay, so we got Curtis playing discarding card, reaping, getting that amber. So it looks like he's at 3, I think. Really hard to tell with that yellow background, which is the worst background in my opinion. The yellow one is the worst. You cannot tell the difference between the background and the picture. So, what is that? Is that Gateway to Dis? I need to look these cards up. I need to look.
there's a lot of stuff here that I would remember telling you.
Oh, and I also forgot I could be showing you guys these cards too. Kind of bad at this. So yeah, I'll do that next round. I'll kind of show you more of these cards. It's just we're trying to get all this stuff organized because I have to look up all these decks here so I can get the deck list real quick. And these guys are just playing like pros and whipping out the forging.
I don't remember if she gave it back.
I thought he didn't find the sword.
I do still have the sword, actually.
Yeah, you found it.
Yeah, I still have the sword.
You can steal one.
I have the sword.
No, it's an action.
I'll put
I'll
in
do the
a
action.
fucking corner, so I'm just gonna sit down for an hour.
He reap.
Fuck you guys.
Got one.
What weapon do you use, by the way?
Play another tosser.
I don't think he registered his deck.
Battle axe there. Rounded up, yes.
Thorn.
Library of Damn. And we get to draw back. Put everything in my hand before.
Oh, there it is. Throw on the Bishop's Court. I can't type the entire card, I guess. Okay. So Dis, he's still playing Dis. Yeah, it was a Gateway to the Dis. So Gateway to the Dis is the card that let him get rid of Travis's entire board, which is Gateway to Dis. Really cool. Really good card. The bad side of it, though, is that you gain that 3 chains, which will let you, it's kind of a unique thing to this game. It will restrict how many cards you can draw at the end of your turn. So each turn you draw up to 6 cards, but chains from 1 to 6 will make you draw one less card, and then it goes up from there. Travis has kind of the chart right here, so it looks like you can actually go down 4 cards if you get enough change, which is a crazy amount. It's like 20 or something like that, and it's how they kind of restrict decks from being overpowered, which is kind of cool, kind of a new thing. So each deck, like, they really say that each deck is a tournament deck, which is true, because there is a restriction power of how strong each deck can start out. And a turn or two can cost you the game. And now Travis is playing Library Access, which is a really talked about card.
You played a card that I can't fight.
If we can't fight with creatures next to it.
This card is really, really fun to play, So this card, every time you play a card, you draw a card. So Logos is basically you're going to draw the rest of your deck if you can get enough into it. So he drew probably like 3 or 4 cards because it looks like he has 3 new cards on there. So that refills his hand, gives him more opportunity to know how to kind of play his next turn, which is nice. Especially since he is above 2 keys, so he can really just plan out how he wants to win this game. And I know Travis likes his Mars cards a lot. He likes that mother gun. Okay, and it looks like Curtis is going for disc again because he can steal. And I think that is Pit Demon, if I remember right. Yeah, Pit Demon. So people complain about the art of these cards, which they are really different from each faction, which I think is kind of the point because they're each their own kind of world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you want kind of a different thing. Like these
If
are.
they all look the same, and you think they're all from the same world.
Yeah. So like the Logos are obviously scientists and they're like more techie and stuff like that, and they're honestly kind of my least favorite ones.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the whole I'm half robot kind of thing, especially they were kind of half robots. But then like they were like these disc characters, which are these demon characters, which they really don't talk about. I think they're like void, like they're in this like void of nothingness world.
The artwork is really cool on that Pit Demon, though.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks really cool.
A lot of them, the Brobnar actually has a lot of cool ones too. Like I said, he be the giant.
Yeah.
Sounds like the dumbest name, but he is the most
He be the
threatening looking, threatening looking giant I've ever seen. Just like steel boots, and he's just walking.
Yeah, with a name like that, I would expect to be something like the Big Friendly Giant or
Yep,
something like
yep.
that, but...
Okay, so I think Travis is playing Mars there. So he's going to go for his mother gun, I'm sure. He's going to kill something. If he can get rid of that Pit Demon, I think he can win this pretty fast here. Okay, so he's down to 5. He's got 2 keys. Curtis just struggling to stop him from winning.
What are the circles on there?
On the creatures?
Nope.
On
These. Yeah.
These are the keys.
Oh, okay.
So supposedly later on, the colors are going to matter.
Okay.
So there's going to be there's cards that are going to say if you forge the red key, you get this ability. But they haven't really done anything in this set.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully the next set they'll introduce more houses, is what people are thinking, and then those houses will be kind of, I don't know. I don't think they really know how they're going to expand this game.
Yeah.
Because they either are going to add characters, or add houses to this already setting, which makes this set kind of obsolete.
Yeah.
Or they're just going to make a whole new 7 houses and just do a whole new game, which is cool because you can intertwine them and see which ones are better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we got Travis thinking here. I always forget there's like face cameras too. I usually do this with Bob on Fridays for Magic. If you guys aren't into KeyForge, pretty sure you'll be into Magic. Every Friday night, Bob and Brent, or Bob and me, or Brent and me, or some combination of the three. Here, if you guys want to come down and play, there's pizza, $5. It's a good deal. Oh, he's playing Dis. I feel like that's his only option. He probably played Hand of Dis, which lets him kill any creature that's not on the flank. Let's see if he has that. He does not. Ooh, I don't know what he played. What was his collar? Huh. Yeah, I am not sure what he just played. There's nothing that really kills anything. He might have fought into it, maybe? Okay, we got that one, which I think is a Library of the Damned. Yep, Library of the Damned. So it lets him archive a card. An archive is another kind of special thing of KeyForge. It lets you not be able to spell things, I guess. It lets you save cards for later on in the game. So if you have a card that you know that you're going to use later on, like destroy all creatures that are damaged or something like that, you can use cards like this, put it in the side, and then you can keep drawing cards, so you don't have to discard it. And I, saying that, realized how good that is and how bad I am at this game. So that's a good thing. So I always save those in my hand, and I have archive cards a lot, and I never do that. I should start doing that. And now it looks like Curtis has got his lots of amber here, but then Travis destroys his controlled, his captured creature. Now Travis is at 8 amber, so he might be able to pull the game off this turn if Curtis can't steal all of that. But he still has the Pit Demon, so that's 7. If he has something that can capture for 2 in Dis, or steal for Dis 2, which I'm not sure he does. Let's see, Toxin.
He has 9 amber.
He has 9? Okay, yeah. I don't think... Oh, actually... No, he's not going to be able to... If he had the Lash of Broken Dreams, which is in his deck, he could hold him off another turn and steal, and actually he'd actually put him back a turn too with the Broken Dreams, which would be kind of cool. See, look at that art. That's so cool. So it lets him... His keys cost 3 more, but he doesn't have it, and if he plays it, still comes in play exhausted, so it doesn't really help him. And then Travis is just making sure he's going to win here. He's going to get 9, 10. Yeah, he's got 10 there. So, I don't know what Curtis can do to get back from this game. Let's see. He is Dis, Sanctum. Sanctum, he actually does have a card in Sanctum that he could play, which he doesn't have in the deck. Yeah, I think he might be out on this game. He did forge his first key. So Curtis got 1 key in. Unless Curtis can capture 4, 5 amber, which I'm not saying is impossible with his Sanctum cards, because it looks like he has a bunch of Sanctum cards. That does capture. Do it. Oh, okay. Yeah, he has a bunch of stuff that can gain him amber, but he's a turn too late for it.
I mean, if you think about it, you guys went through 2 doors last time.
Okay, so we got... He's looking at his discards. So he could play the Charlotte, which will give him 3, and then Pit Demon, which would be the 4th, which he'd still be 1 short, though. That's rough.
Yep, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I get down to 7. I can't get the,
Let's see. Did you get it?
yeah, no,
chance.
Okay, so Travis got it then. That's really hard to come back from, especially like that too. Travis had that Untamed combo pretty fast out there with that Fairy and the Witch of the Eye. Definitely won him the game for sure, because that gave him a good three amber halfway through already just with that, and then he had some more creatures to pump out with Reaps. So it looks like Travis pulled that out.
Yay for Travis, his first win on camera.
I think it was the second win.
Oh,
Yeah.
second win.
Okay, so we're gonna wait until the next round. I'm gonna go check on John and Kevin, who is playing up front, and I'll see who gets the camera next. Hopefully it's Kevin. Oh. We were pretty. Okay, we're back for round 2 of KeyForge for Tuesdays. And I'm going to get rid of these keys because Kevin's not getting a head start. So we got Kevin, who is playing... Do you want to say it? I don't even know how to say that.
Lady I Cerebos?
Cerebos. And then we still got Curtis, who's playing the really, really stealing deck of the Brobnar deck. Thorian of the Bishop's Courtyard. Thorian. I can talk. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of these cards too because he is not logos.
He's looking at me. He needs my attention or something. What?
You guys ready?
Yeah, we're good.
We're
Okay.
waiting for you. We already got it.
Okay.
I thought he was staring at me.
I think it's Kevin waiting for us. That's nice of him.
hmm
Tell him to fix his playmat though. Oh, sideways.
I'm gonna fix it because that's
30 feet and 1 feet is down for this one.
Still nothing.
this is like
You detect no evil.
Just a table.
oh,
Just a table.
It's straight against the wall.
And just so we're aware, it is not
It's a table.
specifically
I mean,
evil thing. It is
yeah.
a
Oh,
full
you
list of
detect
things.
neither evil nor good in that direction.
I'm saying like it's not
Okay, sorry about that. Table's a little lopsided and it was annoying me. Anyways, it's still lopsided, so it's still
what? It
gonna
looks
annoy me.
good now.
It's still
Oh, that.
yeah, you see it. Okay. Anyways. Okay.
And I presumed that you poked around,
So-
around the corner of that.
There we go. There's the lash of broken dreams. Travis card is so good. Okay, so we got. It looks like. Luckily, I still have his deck pulled up. I don't know the disc characters all that much. Probably know Kevin's though, because he's definitely playing Mars. He's playing Mothership or Mother Gun, which is going to start killing that pit demon. And then that thing I think is Dust Imp, which is cool because if it's dead, if someone destroys that top one there, it will give him 2 amber. So it's either going to gain him an amber return, or you're going to have to rip the band-aid off and give him 2 right off the bat.
Oh, okay. And then it turns, I'm going to play my explode
Okay, and I don't know what Kevin just played, but it destroyed his artifact.
ready.
So he got rid of the Lash of Broken Dreams, which will probably help him out in the long run here.
Him, which if I do, I can deal 2 damage to him.
And Travis. Kevin is going to be using Mars to kill some creatures off. So this is a good move by Kevin because he did kill it. But I don't know why Curtis isn't getting that amber from that Dust Imp. They might have forgotten.
You peek around that corner, you've got how much?
Otherwise, Purge might mean something different. Might not mean destroyed. So that could be a thing too. I'm not 100% sure on that ruling. It's very possible that's what could be doing it. Because this guy, whenever he reaps or fights, he deals 2 damage, and if that creature gets, or if the creature that dealt damage dies, it's purged instead. So that might be what that is happening. Man, they're playing fast. Okay, so he did Brobnar. He's got rid of his little Martian thing there, and no one's got Amber yet. It looks like. Oh, okay. So he used Gate of Dis to get rid of it. No, he didn't use Gate of. Okay, what did he use? I'm so confused. What's happening? Okay, so we got Brobnar. He's got the big Brobnar creatures out. I think that's Blood of the Titans, which gives that creature +5 damage. And not only that, it is probably a 6 or 5 power already. So that's gonna be a tough thing for Kevin to kill by itself. Okay, and cool thing about Curse's deck, he is the only Thoron in the entire registry. So I can just type in Thoron, which is awesome. And Kevin throwing out all the discards he's got there. So he's got a Pit Demon, a Charlotte, which captures nothing because he has no cards, and then also a Imp that makes it so he can only play 2 cards a turn, Curtis. So he's going to have to somehow destroy that Imp, or just play two discards himself. He's got Dominator Bobble, which is considered one of the better cards of Dis. And that other one is that artifact that I saw the last time. It was Library of the Damned, so he can archive a card too. Okay, and Kevin is doing some Mars. He's got the Grabber Jammer. And right.
What is
The-
it called?
It's literally called Grabber Jammer.
Grabber Jammer?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Grabber. Let's pull it up. Yeah, see? Grabber
Oh,
Jammer.
that's really cool. I like the graphics on that.
Yeah. It's a really good card, too. So your opponent's key costs 1 more, so he has to get 7 now. And that's a static effect until he kills that. Plus, he can fight or reap with it and capture 1. So
Wow.
it is literally the most annoying Mars card probably in the set. Because he not only automatically makes your turn a little bit harder to get through to forge that first key, it's also capturing probably each turn if he picks Mars.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Curtis's deck is more stealing, isn't it?
Yep.
Not so much getting
Not-
amber.
So these 2 decks, it looks like his thing is kind of stealing with Dis, capturing with Sanctum, and then Brobnar is kind of his backup to destroy stuff. So if it looks like he has Brobnar now. So if he swings with Brobnar, I would either go for that Grabber Jammer or that Imp, which is also really good because you can only play 2 cards a turn. So he's going to have to either destroy the Imp first and then go after the Grabber Jammer, which is probably the best move. Because he can do Dis, get rid of. Actually, he could take control of that too, because he does have a card called Color of Subordination, which just says gain control of a creature. So he could gain control of the Grabber Jammer and just use it against Kevin, or the Imp, which would be really cool. Because I don't think Kevin has a really good way of dealing with either of those, especially with that Grabber Jammer having that 1 shield, which reduces the first damage dealt to it. But Kevin also has a lot of stealing in his disc character too. I need 2 phones. I need a laptop right here so I can just look at both these decks. Oh, you actually have your iPad, don't you? You don't. No, it's fine.
Just use it.
What was his name again? Lady. What was that? Lady I something.
Your own creature.
It's only when your own creature dies.
That allows you to forge a key.
I will take either Constitution or Dexterity.
Okay, so Curtis going down. Going back to Kevin. He still got his Pit Demon. He got rid of the Grabber Jammer, so that's good. That definitely helps Curtis out later on in the game. Still, that Imp is going to be the biggest problem for him right now because you can't really combo off with that on there. It's a really good card. It's not really. It's one of those cards that you overlook very easily, and it just becomes a problem.
What is it called?
It is called Lady I Cerebos.
No, not that.
It's called KeyForge, the Master Vault. KeyForge, the Master Vault, is also the app, the companion app, which is really nice with this. It can list all your decks. That's how I'm looking at these decks because they register them, so I can just be like, okay, what cards does he have? And I can just look it up, which is really, really nice, especially for lonely. There we go, found it. Lady Cerebos. Okay, so Kevin definitely, he has 3 of those. Okay, so Kevin has 3 Amber Imps, which is the one that lets you only play 2 cards a turn. That's really annoying and kind of upsetting. Kevin also has Schuler, which lets him steal some stuff. Keyhammer. Okay, he also has Keyhammer, which is going to be a surprise for Curtis if he can get it, because I know Kevin's deck increases the cost of your cards just like this, but Keyhammer is one of the few cards that actually lets him unforge his opponent's key, which is really not KeyForge Hammer. Keyhammer. There we go. Keyhammer. Okay. So if your opponent forged a key on their previous turn, unforge it, your opponent gains 6 amber. So that doesn't sound good, but with Kevin's deck, I've played against it before. He literally unforged my key, gave me 6 amber, and goes, go, and I still couldn't make a key because I had to pay 8. It was the most annoying thing in the world, and I hated it. Hated it. Okay, so Kevin's going with the Untamed. I haven't really seen him play any of those yet, so he should have a build-up of those in his hand, maybe? Yep. So Niffle Imp or Niffle Ape, good card. Very underappreciated card too, because that lets you ignore evasion or elusive and taunt. The wind went off of it. So that card lets you get basically through the annoying Sanctum stuff that he has. Okay, so Kevin passes the turn. And I don't think either of them have Amber. So Kevin's using my Amber. Which is these little tokens I got from a game that was really bad. So I'm glad I paid $60 for those Amber tokens. So that's cool. And I think Curtis is looking over to see what he can do here. The board's kind of slight on this too, which is cool. It definitely means it's a close game. He used Brobnar. It looks like he's going to play out some Headhunter. And I want to say that is Thrump? Let's find out. Throw. I can't spell. Throw land. Okay, I really want to find out what that card is. There we go. Bishop's Court. Okay, and I want to say, yep, it's Crump. That's the card. Crump. So this is another Brobnar card that's really good. So every time it kills, it destroys a creature fighting, its controller loses one. So he can literally just start going after his little Mars creatures that he just played. So like John Smith and Mind Warper, and start not stealing, but still putting him back two. Especially with that Dominator bobble too, he could do Dis plus use Crump, which lets him get rid of 2 creatures plus 2 Amber. Plus he could probably steal something and archive a card. He can just do all sorts of crazy things with that. Or he could go the other way and just start gaining stuff with the Headhunter too. He could just start fighting with it, getting rid of these smaller creatures. And it looks like Kevin finally got his Mother Gun. It also looks like he got...
Here you go.
Boom. I'm going to get both of these up here. I'm going to have to bring my my thing next. Later.
I got a keyword for that too, which is really nice and convenient.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Saber Bows. You're going to have Kevin's deck in here forever. Okay. So there we go. Now we have a little bit more. Okay, so that card is a discard, and I am not... Is that Snow Snatcher? Soul Snatcher? It looks like it. Yeah, it is. Wow, I am a nerd. Okay, Soul Snatcher. So I don't know if they're actually doing this, because a lot of creatures just died.
I don't think that's how you spell that.
That's not how you spell that. Snatcher.
T.
Nope. TCHER. There we go. Math. Okay, there we go. So I don't know if they've been doing this, because each time a creature is destroyed, its owner is supposed to gain 1 Amber. So I'm not sure where Kevin has his Amber at all, actually. I can't really see it. Oh, he has it in the corner there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what Kevin has. And it looks like Curtis has 2. That yellow
card,
is so hard to tell.
It's confusing, yeah.
Okay. But Curtis is doing exactly what I thought he was going to do. He's doing Dis, fighting, and getting that Amber back. He's going to kill that Mind Warper. Boom. Called it. Got rid of it. And is Kevin going to get that Amber for it dying? Kevin, you're just as bad as I would be. So he forgot about Soul Snatcher. Why is that hard to say? Okay, so he returns some artifacts. I think Kevin is going to be able to gain some Amber back from that too, which is cool. It's really hard to keep up with showing what they're playing, because they're kind of just going. They already have their turns planned out and everything. Okay, so Kevin's playing the cards of Untamed. It looks like he is reaping with it, maybe, to gain that amber instead of going after attack, which, don't blame him. I mean, he could have taken out the headhunter, which would have kind of helped. It would have stopped him from gaining the amber instead of Kevin just destroying it. Okay. So Kevin used... No, not that one. Grasping Vines? Is that what it is? Yep, Grasping Vines. Okay, so Grasping Vine lets him return up to 3 artifacts from your hand to his hand. So got rid of his Dominator Bauble, which is really good to get rid of. Even if it's just a turn, that still stops him from overusing the Crump and the Headhunter, which is really nice. And then we got... I don't know. They both don't have a key. So it's taking a while for them to get that key out. Okay. And Curtis uses the card to randomly discard stuff here. Okay, so Toxin. Here's another card we should talk about here. This card is also really, really good. So in KeyForge, reaping and actions are different. Reaping means you automatically gain an amber from reaping with it, but you also get to use all the reap abilities on it. So if you can stack more than one reap ability, they all go off, and you get to pick how they go, which is really nice with Toxin. So every time he reaps with it, it sets Kevin's hand down 1 card randomly. So Kevin doesn't get to pick, but at least he gets to. It kind of messes up the strategy for the next turn. Because this is one of those games where you plan your turn ahead of time. You kind of separate your hand and be like, okay, this is my turn. I'm ready to go. Because you don't really have instants or sorceries or interrupts or whatever other kind of logic other games have. So it's like a new play style of you have to plan ahead and adapt to their turn instead of interrupting their turn. So Kevin's Niffle Ape looks like got some damage there. And his Murmoke, which I don't know why this card is so awesome, but let's just take a time and observe how awesome this card looks. Murmoke. It is a crab. Actually, it's a beast, technically. And it literally just makes your cards cost 1. So Kevin's deck seems to be annoy your opponent to the point where it's just hard to make keys, which I think is perfect for Kevin.
I was just going to say, this is the perfect...
literally how he plays everything. He's just like, I'm going to make sure you can't do anything.
I'm so glad that we both agree on that.
And Kevin has 2 of those in his deck. So he has 2 of those, plus I think he has... Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't have the Lash of Dreams, which is weird. But I know he does have Grabber Jammer. So he has 3 ways of making the opponent's keys cost 1 more. Which is really cool. It's kind of a neat deck idea. Random deck idea. And it looks like Curtis is actually pulling out some nice moves here with that discard thing Kevin's going to have to deal with at some point. Because he's going to realize he's... 2 cards short is a lot, especially when you're trying to combo off. But again, I can't really see Kevin's Amber. I think he's at 4, same as Curtis. Now I can see it. What's up with that? Now I can see his Amber pretty clearly.
Kevin's is still hidden in the corner.
Yep. I still don't think they're paying attention to the Snow Snatcher, which would make this game so much faster.
They would get 1 each time.
They would get 1. Oh, okay. They made keys? I honestly didn't even see them make keys.
What?
I have no idea who just won. Okay, Curtis did have 1 key. So maybe he did have 3 keys and I just can't see the second one. So he probably was paying attention to that Soul Snatcher.
We just couldn't see
it. We're going to have to... Again, this is the first time, so we're going to have to work on having players kind of move their stuff in so we can actually kind of keep track a little bit better. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Curtis won because I don't think Kevin got a key because he would actually have like little skeleton keys showing what he's made, just like Travis's past keys. So I think Curtis did win that game, which, I mean, the toxin probably did it for him because that did set him back a few turns. But we'll set you up for the next game. It should be Travis versus Kevin or John versus someone else. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see you next round. Okay, we're back. So we're had a little technical difficulties with the app, so we're not gonna be able to tell exactly what cards some have. But John is playing Silver Niffle Chang, and Curtis is still playing his Thoron deck, and it looks like they're already on their way. John's deck is really based on Brobnar, so it's undefeated in the store. He is 12-0, and I really hope he loses.
Kevin won last round.
Kevin did run, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Kevin won last round.
He was
You
just
said
hiding
my
his
pride.
keys. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was
I
hiding
just
his
couldn't
keys.
see.
Okay. Wow. Okay, and I think those are captured amber right there. So John is using the actual starter tokens. So that's kind of neat to see those. I think he's out of them now, but they are $30. They're supposed to be sold for $40, but he's selling them for $30 because he wants this game to succeed and get a little bit more community in here. So then we have John playing Logos, Library Access, Bat Drone, drawing card. I love how I can tell the cards even though there's a giant glare.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Okay.
To me, it looks like Mario, honestly. Like
then
running.
I think that's a lab work. Like I said, the app is down, so I can't really tell you exactly what cards they are. So we got lab work. These are all gaining amber for him. John's deck is super fast. The best way I found out is kind of killing his creatures as quickly as possible. There we go. That's lab work. So lab work is the one that lets you kind of work around your hand a little bit more. So this one, gain an amber from it. So cool. And then you also get a card out of your hand that you can save for later. So that's what he's doing right here. This is archiving right above his deck, face down. He can look at that whenever he wants, but he has to decide if he wants to pick it up after he calls his house. And I'm not sure why it's like that. I'm pretty sure there's something about timing or something silly like that. There's a card I haven't seen. But that's how archiving works. And then we got Curtis using the dis to steal, it looks like. There we go. Steal one. So John's back down to 3. Curtis is down to up to 1. And then he's going to play Toxin. That's that same card that he's been running this entire game. Pretty crazy like. Which is really cool. And then Charlotte here is another one that's actually really nice for him. It lets him kind of definitely stop John from gaining so much amber so fast. Captures 3, it's a power of 4. So even if John hits it, his Brobnar creatures are going to go down to 2. And then we got John throwing out the shadows like crazy here. And we got one of the only creatures that can actually come in readied. I'm not 100% sure what it's called, again, because we don't have the app. But it comes in ready, that's what that card does, and I think it's a power of 2. Okay, and then we got one that steals with an action, and I'm not sure what that other card is. Also not sure what his artifact is. And I know John runs the Sting, which is a big part of his deck too, so John likes getting ahead. Like if he can get 1 key ahead and get the Sting out, he's pretty set. The Sting is one of those cards, it sounds bad until you play it. So you gain an amber for playing it, but you skip your forge a key step. Also, you also get any amber spent by your opponent when forging keys. So John's thing is to gain as much keys as possible while that's out, plus wait for them to gain 1 key and then sacrifice it. Oh, we got it up. Chloe's a master. Okay.
We didn't have internet.
Oh,
Now we do.
Now we do. Good job, John. Not
No,
paying
it
your
was
bills.
my personal hotspot.
Oh. Okay, so here we go. We can learn what some of these shadow cards are here. So seeing, is that Carlo Phantom? Yes. So the card on the very bottom is Carlo Phantom. So that one is elusive and skirmish. And then whenever an artifact comes into play under his control, he can steal one,
So he's gonna fight this.
which is really nice.
Oh, he does have a loose.
And then we got...
Well, this one is not.
Well, that's the one. That
Oh, I'm going to look what that card is because I'm not sure. Naughty the Thief. There's one. So the one that's in the top there now is Naughty the Thief. So that's elusive and action steal one. So it's not as good as Reaping, but I mean it's still something. And also it is called Naughty, which if you don't get it, it's naughty. It's naughty to steal. So it's Naughty the Thief. Great name.
Thank you for explaining that, Gary.
I thought it was clever. When I
It
first
is
heard that
funny.
name, I'm like, why is that so funny to me? And I didn't realize what I was laughing at until I was, whatever.
Naughty.
Yeah. Okay, so we got... I'm not sure where there's an Amber on the Dominator Bobble. Not sure what's going on with that. But his Toxin does take some damage. His Charlotte doesn't have any damage. And that Sanctum card, I want to see that's Commander of something. Let's find out. I'm gonna know this. I'm gonna know Curtis's deck name by the heart.
By the heart.
Look at this. It's so nice because he's the only one with that name. Okay, so is it rating? No, it's a sergeant. I think it's this one. Yeah, sergeant. So when he comes into play, you can ready and fight with a neighboring creature. So it's good with Toxin. He probably got rid of something. He got rid of the Ready Thief. Here we go. Okay, so we got John attacking with his Shadow Carlo. So Skirmish won't let him take damage. So he's just doing a free 1 damage to him, which is really nice. Another part of the game which needs to be thought of when you're doing your combos, because that's really useful when I was playing the last game. One of my last game that really helped with Carlo. Okay, and we got John stealing one maybe? Nope, he's just reaping. Huh. Okay. Okay, so John's in check. We really need to tell them to move their stuff so we
I
can
know.
see it.
Do you
It's
want me
really-
to?
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know if Curtis has a key. I mean, you can go look at that if you want to go see if he has a key yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna find out how far Curtis is above this. Sorry about all this technical difficulty. It's a new game. We're trying to get it all sorted out. But yeah. Okay. So we got Curtis playing Dis again. Another Toxin. That card is just rocking it for him. And then we got...
No one has, but John's in check.
Yep. Okay, so this exact... Okay. So I think that's a Pit Demon that you played up top there. I don't think that matches. Maybe a Dust Imp? Yeah, there we go. Dust Imp. Okay, so Dust Imp, so this is going to be actually really hard for John. That Dust Imp is going to hurt him. He likes destroying stuff. And Curtis is going to laugh if he destroys it, because it gives him that 2. But, honestly, with the control that Curtis has, he could just call Dis as many times as he wants, because he can reap for 3, plus use that other creature to reap with that Dominator Bobble. So he can get 4 a turn. So John's either going to have to decide to destroy it, or not. But it is John's turn now. He gained that first key. He's the first KeyForger here. Looks like he stole an Amber from Curtis. Okay. Doing 1 damage to the Charette. Charette? I think that's what it is. Charette.
E.T.
Yep.
There.
Is that how you spell it? Charette? Charette? I don't know. But anyways. Yeah, his capture card. Capture's kind of one of those abilities that can be either good or bad. You have to kind of find out when the best time to play it. Because if you do capture stuff too soon, it lets them run amok, and then you kind of forget to protect that captured creature. So he can just destroy it, gain a check, and move on. It looks like John's at 2 Amber now. And John is going to return the Toxin to hand, it looks like. Yep. So he's doing lights out. So he gets an amber for playing it. Plus he gets to return 2 enemy creatures to their owner's hand. So it looks like he got Toxin, and the Amber Imp, which good choices. I don't know why he didn't do the Charlotte though. He could have got 3 amber back instead of doing that. Because I don't think he... Oh, he can kill. Okay, so he did have 2 damage counters on it. So yeah, that was a good move. No.
Use his ability to steal one.
Huh. Yeah, John could have been in check this turn. Yeah. If he returned the Charlotte to his hand and the Amber Imp, which I think would be the best choices, and then just let him keep that Toxin. Because honestly, I don't think John really worries about cards in his hand anyways. Especially with two cards that can kind of steal from him and gain an Amber. He could run around that pretty easily.
Deal 3 damage to each of the 2 creatures.
I want to know what the artifact is that he has up there, 'cause he's not using it.
You can just write.
Is it silver? It's fine.
Well, I wrote in the fire, but without the quotes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Niffle. Yeah. Search. There you go.
I'm glad you know how to use this because I don't. I want to know what the artifact is. Let's see. Is it the mines? I think it might be the mines. It is the mines. Okay, so he's got long fused mines in his back, which... Okay, here we go. We can explain this too. Let's look at this card. Long fused. Okay, long fused mine. So this actually has a really cool ability. So Omni means you can use it whenever whatever house you call. So usually whenever you call a house, you can only use those cards. So that kind of adds a little bit more strategy to your hand too. Because let's say you have a creature out that you want to attack with, you would have to call that house. This Omni ability lets you use at whatever house you want. And plus this one just says sacrifice, deal 3 damage to each creature not on a flank. So he could do a lot of damage to him as long as Curtis keeps kind of building up his creatures. He has a way to get rid of those middle ones. But like something like this where he has a pit demon, just a pit demon, that is considered a flank. Now he has 3 creatures out, so that middle one is not on a flank. Which is the Amber Imp. Right? I think that's the Amber Imp. No, that's a Toxin. Okay, so Toxin in the middle there. If he put the Amber Imp in the middle, would have probably been better. Because if he did blow that up, he would at least get that 2 Amber back from it. And then John, forging his second key. This deck, John's deck is way too fast for its own good. He's definitely running through creatures and everything here. Okay, he's calling Brobnar, so that means he's going to be playing at least 3 cards out of his hand here. No? Oh, he did play the Gauntlet of Command. This is another card that really helps John's deck pretty well here. So action, ready and fight with a friendly creature. So he can attack and then attack again with the same one. So if he hits, especially his troll or his headhunter, which will be really good. If he can kill, yeah, he does have a headhunter. So if he can use that headhunter twice, he can gain 2 amber plus kill 2 creatures, which is also just pretty good. But another thing we found out about this card is that if Curtis had no creatures in his out in the field, he could just ready a creature. So John could just ready a creature and reap with it, because you do only as much of the card as you can possibly do. So that's another thing about this game. Like Magic has, if you can't legally target anything, you can't play that card. This game's the opposite. You play whatever card you want and do as much as the card says. So here's, John's gonna break the mine here, doing 3 damage to everything in the middle.
It does 3 damage to each enemy creature not on a
Okay, so he's gonna clean out the board, do some damage, got rid of the Toxin, Pit Demon has 3 damage on it, and the Headhunter has, Headhunter has, is that a Headhunter? It must be a Headhunter. So those will have 3 damage on it, so then John can use his Troll to clean out the board a little bit more, because that thing heals every time it reaps. You having fun, Chloe?
Mm-hmm.
Listening to me just rabble about all this stuff here.
No, it's interesting. Better than being at home.
That's fair. So Troll, most boring name, most ridiculously powered card. So he can attack like he's gonna do. I would take out the Pit Demon. No? Okay. Not sure what that card was. Oh, that's Crump. Okay, good call. Good call. So we got Crump again. I know I showed you this card again, but I like ranking Crump, so you're gonna accept it. Crump. That isn't Crump. I don't know what that is. Huh. Unnamed Brobnar card. Dead.
I'm just gonna read.
And then he's going to fight. No? He just reaped. Okay, so John is at, it looks like 1 amber. Curtis is at 2. John's got 2 keys. Curtis is still at 0. Okay. So the best thing Curtis can do is kind of slow him down. It's going to be really hard to come back from this. I mean, I've seen it a few times where decks have literally just gone from 0 keys to 2 keys pretty fast. The best way to do it is kind of get rid of John's Troll is the biggest thing that he's going to have to worry about. Ooh, thoughts. Here we go. Okay, he went with Sanctum. Okay, so he used the Sergeant to ready and fight with one of his other Sanctum cards here. And we're gonna look that up, see what it is, because it looks like it's a kind of a big play here. You're gonna have that in your thing. What the crap is this?
No, I have the app.
Thoron.
I'm not going to be looking at this.
No, I mean that's like the autofill. It's just gonna be in there. Like, what's
Oh.
Thoron? Okay, so let's see what that card is. It might be Champion Tarbis.
Whoa.
I don't know. What do you think, Chloe? Is that Champion Tarbis? I don't think that's Champion.
Which one?
That one right there.
No.
No. Okay. Oh, it might be Borik. It might be Borik, because that would be really good. Yes, it's this one. Okay, so this one. Here's another good card. Love this card. I actually have 3 of them in one deck, and I'm bad with it, but I love the look of this card. Look at that knight. Shining. So that thing is really good. It gives +2 armor to each neighboring one. So both his Headhunter and his Sergeant. No, that's Tiberus. That must be a Tiberus. So I don't think he has any other creatures. Oh, it might be Radiant Knight, though. Sergeant. Is it Sergeant? No? Already Seal of Justice? I don't know what Seal of Justice is. Nope, it's got to be Tiberus. It's got to be Champion Tiberus. Right?
Which one?
Top one.
Kind of looks like it.
Okay.
Yeah, because this part, yeah.
So
I'd like to have hair like that.
the flowing.
Yeah.
It's so flowy.
Flowy hair.
Okay, so we got Champion Tiberus here. So this is another one that I like a lot, especially with Borik. It has 4 shield. He has to do 4 damage to it in 1 turn in order to even do anything to that card. With that fight ability, that's going to slow him down quite a bit. If he can keep... He either has to call Dis or Sanctum for the rest of the game to make that really useful. But hopefully he can call Disc, use that Dominator Bubble, attack with Champion, and just keep capturing that stuff. Because I honestly don't think John can deal with that much shield by just 1 creature. So he's going to have to throw multiple creatures into that card to deal any damage to it. He might have a way to kill it, but if he can keep it on the flank, I think that would be the best move. So any card that he plays now, he was going to have to play next to his Headhunter which is another interesting thing about this game is that creatures, where you place your creatures matter. There's cards like Hand of Dis. There's cards that say that like the long fused mines, that creatures on the flank don't get dealt damage, or creatures not on the flank don't get dealt damage, stuff like that. So he has to build his battle line according to what he sees in the other deck. And if he can keep that attacking just like this, so he's going to kill that bat drone. That's going to do no damage to that Tabers, and he's going to capture one. Capture one. Capture one. Capture one. Okay, maybe it's not that card. What is that card then? Maybe it's not Tabers. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. It is that one. It's totally that one, isn't it? I don't know. I can't tell. Ah, this is hard. I don't know which one it is. I'm looking at his deck. I don't.
This one right here.
Top one. That one. That one, I'm not sure. I thought that was this card. But I can't really tell. I don't think it's that one. It's not shiny enough. It looks like it's a hammer on top. Okay, so I don't think it's Champion Tabers. But if he did have Champion Tabers, that would have been a great play. Because he could have just annihilated, stopped John from getting a lot of amber really there. Yeah, I'm not sure what card that is.
That's a funny card.
Oh, the poverty. Laughing at the poverty. It's a one word. It's a one word card. It's that. Baldrix is the one right there.
Yeah.
But what is that? There's only like 12 cards. Maybe it is that one.
It almost looks like this one, but I can't tell. It looks like two words.
I think that's a 6 too. It might be Champion Tabers. It might be Champion Tabers. Oh wait. There was a little. He blocked the glare just a bit, and I can. Wait. Just move your hand down so I can see your card. Oh, John playing his something. Brobnar card. I want to say that's War Drummer. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring my laptop in so I can put in both of these decks and just do this faster. Brobnar. I want to say it is War Drummer. I think it's this one. Yeah, that was War Drummer. So John actually has a pretty neat combo in there too. He has 3 Bumpsies. I didn't know that. That's ridiculous. So Bumpsy, whenever you play it, your opponent loses 1 amber. Okay, so we're gonna show off John's combo here of annoying Brobnar stuff. So Bumpsy, he has 3 of these, by the way. He can play this, make him lose an amber. So if he has 2 of these in hand, just imagine doing that with this baby. War Drummer. Okay, so he plays both of them, and then plays this, and then plays them again. He sets you back 4. Brutal.
He just has a really great deck.
He has the most. I'm trying to think the word. They connect. They're good together. Anyways.
Cohesive. I don't know.
That sticks, but okay. You were close.
Well, when you're doing that with your
yeah, no, that's right. Like,
it looks
it's
like.
In all fairness, I did say like it sticks. Synergy.
Okay.
Word of today, synergy. He has a really good synergy of just Brobnar. He has like the most. He has 2 Gauntlet of Commands, which lets him reuse the cards. He has 3 Bumpsies, a War Drummer. He can basically run off of Brobnar as long as he wants with those big creatures. And he has this thing called Pingle Who Annoys, which
Pingle Who Annoys.
we're gonna show you too. This thing is also pretty ridiculous. I think this is where John wins. Is that if he can get enough Brobnar stuff in his hand, he has the games preset, especially when he has 2 Gauntlet of Commands in. So I think John's strategy is honestly to run through his deck, get as many Brobnar in hands, and then throw them all at once. Because
He has 3 armor.
the way he plays is that he makes you waste your stuff on the stuff that looks threatening, but it's really just a bait and switch, which he also has in the deck. Kind of funny. There is also called bait and switch, which if I could name his deck, it would be called bait and switch because I can't spell switch, which would be this. It lets him. He basically throws you under a bus with the Brobnar and then kind of baits you with other stuff. Okay, so it does look like the Boric is putting up a fight against him too, especially when he has Protect the Weak on it, which gives him Taunt. So this card here that Curtis has gives him +1 armor. So Boric is also already has armor 3, but he also gains Taunt. So now he has to attack that creature in order to do any damage to any other creature, which is really good against John's deck because that's how he kills this, how he kills things is with that taunt or that direct fighting. And Curtis is actually using a really good strategy here. He's trying to build up his side creatures and then use them to attack, but also hide behind that Boric. So I think he put Blood of the Titan on. I want to say that's a Pit Demon, which is really good. So he has a stealing creature that will last forever. Plus he will have. Let me just double check Blood Titan, make sure he has this card before I show it off here. Yep, he does have Blood of the Titan. Okay, so this card looks cool, sounds cool, and is cool. Okay, Blood of Titans. So this one gives the creature +5 power, so already makes it a Brobnar creature, plus gives you an Amber. So if he can... Oh, John, stop going into check. So he has the Pit Demon, he can steal one more, or he can decide to fight with it, which I think just stealing is the best way to deal with it right now. If he calls Dis, he can steal and then use the Dominator Bauble to do some damage with another creature, which might be a good idea to get rid of that. Just get rid of that Brobnar. He has to get rid of that Brobnar to stop that from reaping. So that Headhunter has to die this turn. If that's a champion, that card has to be the champion. Because he has an Amber on it. It has to be this champion of Tabris. Which, honestly, he should have one more Amber on it. Because he did kill another thing and it survived. So that's what he's doing. He's going to capture one with champion again. Is he going to? Can't. No? Yep, okay. So it is the champion. So it is this champion. Honestly, I might have put the... So it's this card here. This hair flowing, Chloe wanting hair card. You can see it now. You can totally see the hair.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would have put the Blood Titan on that. Because that thing, if it dies, John's going to get all that back. The Pit Demon's important, but I don't think more important than keeping that Amber on that Tabris. Especially having a way to do that much damage, and it already has 4 shield, so it could be 11-4, which could kill all his Brobnar creatures and not bat an eye. Yeah. Curtis's best move is just start stealing and yeah, he would. So if he calls Dis, he should steal, use the Bauble, attack with Tabris. That would put John down to 2, get rid of one of his creatures. He would be able to reap with 2 more, but he could do the same thing again next turn. It's just he has to keep that Tabris alive in order for the win.
So that's what
Oh, let me check, by the way.
does he
So
do?
that's what Witchbolt
If he's
is.
destroyed, you
It's
lose
force
2
power.
amber.
I don't
Force
want
lightning.
We're gonna fight into.
Okay. So we got Curtis attacking with the Tabris. Tabris. Going for the Headhunter? Yep. Nope, the Bumpsy. That's a Bumpsy. Okay. So he's going for the Bumpsy. He's got 3 amber on it. He's going to use... There's the rating. No, that is the... Is this his deck? Yeah. So this is the... Is that the rating knight that I saw it was? Nope, it's this one. It is Secrets, which I didn't know he had this card out, which is also going to be really nice for him. So it's going to let him capture 1 each turn. The thing about capturing is that if he's already behind 2 keys, so he's going to have to hope that between gaining 3 keys that John does not kill either one of them, or he's going to have to keep those Brobnar creatures at 1. Just so he can steal 1 and make it sure that he cannot get to... Yep. This is where John's deck gets annoying. This, I'm going to attack for 8 and then do it again. Okay, so John's going to attack, kill the champion. He gets his amber. He's in check. Taps his... whatever other Brobnar creature that is. It's a big one. He's going to swing again. Kill the pit demon. No? No? Okay. Okay. I don't know what discard that is. It's more important than pit demon. Tentacus, maybe? Oh? It's not a toxin. Is it the pit?
Only 15?
Yeah, that is the pit demon. Okay, so he has a toxin on the blood of Titans then.
Well, I can.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely put that blood of Titans on the Tiberius then instead of the toxin. Toxin's good, but Tiberius would have set John back so much more, and it would have killed his troll that turn, and it would still be alive.
Also, I used the whole detect evil.
Why can't you have that on a back row?
I can capture 2, and that.
I also got the whole detect evil thing, which is also non-destruction.
Okay, there we go. Yep. Handshake. John still undefeated. One day, John, your deck will go down. Okay. Anyways.
Somebody needs to come in and beat him.
Yes. Come in, buy a $10 deck, and take down Silver Nipple Chang. Take that deck down. He is now 13-0. It's a challenge to everyone. Come and beat that deck. I am
Yes.
sure John will gladly play you with it if you come in and just buy a deck. Be like, teach me how to play, and then beat him. It'll be great. Okay, so I think that's all the rounds we got. We got all 3 rounds in. Really fun stuff to do today. We're thinking about doing it every Tuesday, but I think Thursdays also. So I might be commentating on both of them. I will have to check in on my fiance to see if I'm allowed to do that. I'm pretty sure I will be. I'm going to be skipping on Fridays,
hang out
though.
with her.
Yeah, there we go. Boom. Girls' night and me, Kevin, have guys' night. It'll be
Yep.
great. Okay. So we got to see Curtis play all 3 games. His deck is really interesting. I like that it can steal a lot. I also like Kevin's deck a lot because I think it fits his personality a lot,
100%.
which is wonderful. But come down, buy some KeyForge decks. I bought 6 because I have no self-control.
That fits your personality.
Yes.
Just kidding.
But yeah, come down, play. Free tournaments. We'll figure out if we're gonna do leagues. It sounds like we're gonna do different variants. But yeah, thank you for watching.